First, fighting out of the blue corner, he's an MMA fighter making his debut. He weighed in at 56.9 kilograms. He trains out of MMA at 24/7 by way of Armidale, Western Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jesse Sayers. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, also making his debut. He weighed in at an equal 56.9 kilograms, fighting out of MAC 1 by way of W, Western Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Wilkinson. The referee for this contest, Slade Norris.
And we are live for 3 rounds of 3 minutes of amateur B-class action. Kyle Wilkinson in the grey pants, Jesse in the black with MMA 24/7 on them. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know if you guys can see it at home, but this is a flyweight bout. These two are very impressive in their physiques. They look very athletic, and I think it's going to be a very high-paced, action-packed fight.
Especially Jesse. I think we're going to need to get the drug testers in for that. He looks in fantastic shape.
He does. He's not an ounce of body fat on him, and he's 24 hours after weighing in. Nice body kick to start.
Both fighters just trying to find the rhythm, feeling each other out in the middle.
Kyle comes from a very experienced camp in MAC 1 and a very experienced corner.
Yeah, he's trained underneath Habby Heskey. Habby has fighters such as Jack Becker, Alden Bates and Danny Petanovic fighting under them, all experienced and well known on the WA MMA scene. He seems pretty eccentric as well, doesn't he, Kyle? He'd come out in that strange hat and nearly had, and he was also in that in the weigh-ins. So
he's rocking that very stylish mo as well.
Yeah, looks like he's out there to enjoy himself.
So there's a very good clinch battle going on here. They're both fighting for underhooks, and Jesse's really trying to back him up and use that strength to push him on the cage.
That's right. Kyle doing quite well to basically not give him any clear controls though, which I'm enjoying at the moment, given that Kyle seems to be the bigger man.
They've both got an underhook, or looking for a throw there. One underhook, one over. And they're just testing each other out here. A few knees.
Jesse in the black shorts, obviously fighting out of MMA 24/7, but given his past, he actually hails out of Albany. And obviously, if you're hailing out of Albany, you've done some training with Mitsudomo, Christopher Mazzali, who's a very strong 10th planet at Jiu-Jitsu. So it'll be interesting to see if this goes to the floor and see what skills he's got there.
Very much so. That camp is notorious for their good jiu-jitsu and just their hard work training ethic too.
Yeah, Chris is an excellent wrestling basis and obviously wicked jiu-jitsu to go with. I'm expecting if it goes to the floor, maybe see a little bit of rubber guard, some emphasis on controls and potentially some of the orthodox submission attempts. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of Dead Orchard or something along the lines of that, you know.
They're just looking to trade here. Both of them just feeling each other out with knees. No one's giving an inch. No one wants to give up a silly takedown and end up on the bottom. They're both in control of what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely feeling each other out this first round, Andy.
Yeah, 2 minutes down in this first round, and we've spent most of it in the clinch. This will be very taxing. It'll be seeing who has the bigger gas tank, because the clinch position in MMA is actually a very taxing position.
Yeah. I was speaking to Kyle before the fight as well, and he actually said that he sees himself as a striker, that he does his best work on the outside rather than the inside, so it's an interesting start.
Jesse dropping down. Look to see if he can clasp those hands together.
There's some good takedown defense there by Kyle, though. I'm impressed there, given that Jesse is the bigger man. You would have expected that takedown to come off there, but no, good defense.
Coming out of MAC 1 with those jiu-jitsu guys and the wrestling background they have, I'm definitely not surprised at his takedown defense.
Referee taking a close look at the moment in time. There's still plenty of action though going on, isn't there? A little bit of dirty boxing going on in between the two of them.
Yeah,
plenty of knees being thrown.
Neither of them have stopped trying to knee each other or get better control.
Final 10 seconds, takedown attempt, spoiled. And the end of the first round.
I would hate to be a referee, a judge in that round. Apologies, a judge. Either way.
One of a young MMA WA development team in the ring there. In Perth, we obviously need to be thinking about our next generation of fighters, of referees, of people who actually officiate these shows. So it's good to see Eternal MMA giving the youth of tomorrow actually a chance today.
Yeah, I actually train with Lawrence, and he's actually a killer. He's very, very good on the ground, and he loves to improve. He loves to learn, And I wish I started at his age.
How old is he?
He's 14.
14 years old. Not a bad place to spend your time.
That's it. Let's see who's recovered in between rounds. Jesse's breathing quite heavy. Let's see how Kyle comes out.
And here we go. Round 2 about to begin. And we're underway.
They signal a touch of hands.
Both fighters meet in the middle and we're off.
Good respect. Let's go. Oh, big left hand by Jesse. And back into this clinch control. I like to see him just disengage. He's able to land a little bit.
It's one of the traits of the MMA 24/7 team. They have a bit of an all-action style, like to get up close in the clinch and look for the takedown off there. It's with all of the fighters, it's something that you can see, you know. One of the hallmarks of that gym.
Knee to the head this time. Not looking at the body. He's come up high, and he's got looking to get a double underhook, but he's lost it. He's just trying to stop that takedown. Jesse's got one hand around the leg.
Kyle basically just needs to come away from here. He doesn't want to spend the next 2 minutes or so pushed up against the fence. It's not where he wants to spend that
and
fight.
Here we go. They've disengaged. Let's see. Kyle looks like he's a bit of red around the nose, maybe a little bit of blood. He might have been clipped with a knee.
Yeah. Both fighters have actually got a little bit of blood coming from them.
Exactly.
Well.
Jesse's actually got, and they're right in front of us here, and we can hear them both exerting energy.
Jesse with double underhooks.
Jesse has really good head control inside the clinch. He's really dictating with his head where Kyle's actually able to go.
Really, I'd be thinking about changing levels now, though. I'd be looking for that takedown off the fence. I'd be looking to score some points.
Very much so. You don't want to spend all 9 minutes of this fight up against the cage.
Strong knee there from Kyle. Jesse turns him round, looks to push him back up against the cage. A good knee, but yeah, pretty much a lot of dirty boxing going on, knees to the body.
And back into the cage.
A real fight for superiority, yeah.
This actually shows the main reason why we definitely needed the cage back here in WA.
Absolutely.
If this was a fight inside a ring, both these fighters would have fallen out multiple times, and a fight could have been stopped due to a fighter falling out of the ring.
It's why sport and politics shouldn't really come together at any time, really.
I think common sense has finally prevailed. So let's hope it lasts.
Yeah. It's just a shame that it was for so long, for over 2 years, that basically the cage ban was in place, you know?
Very much so, and especially with the growth of the UFC inside Australia. You have our very own Robert Whittaker as the middleweight champion, or interim middleweight champion at the moment. You know, the talent here is huge.
That's right. We had Ashkan Mkhitaryan here before. We want to see fighters of this quality here. We want to see them come to Perth and basically show the skills and put the talent on, because there's a real hunger for MMA here in WA.
So we're still locked in this clinch battle. So
20 seconds left in the round.
Trading knees.
A little bit of disgruntlement from the crowd, understandably so.
It'd be hard to follow that last fight, though. If you guys just tuned in, make sure after you've watched all the fights to go back and watch that second fight. What a war that was.
Absolutely was. Absolutely fantastic. Adam Lawrence versus Junior.
1 minute breather in between these 3 minute rounds.
Final round here, what are you hoping for?
A little bit more action would be nice. I don't like to criticise fighters on how they fight. A little bit more action, and we'll see if we can stay out of that clinch.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see some striking. I want to see a little bit of Kyle striking. He was talking to me before the fight and said that's what he prided himself on. So really hoping to see that.
He's open with a head kick and a leg kick in return. It's probably the most significant strike of the fight so far, after trading inside knees and dirty boxing.
I don't like it when I see fighters throwing single leg kicks, though. You know, you've got to set it up. You've got to set up your combinations. If you just throw a leg kick out, it often makes for an easy catch, and an easy catch means an easy takedown.
There we go. Some leather's starting to be traded now. They're starting to open up in this final round.
That's what we wanted to see.
Neither one looking for the takedown. Good left, right.
It's a shame, really, actually, as well, because all the strikes that we've seen so far have actually been of decent quality and actually landed as well. So hopefully they make use of the last 2 minutes that they've got. Good overhand there from Kyle.
Jesse looks a little bit tired. Kyle's starting to pick up the pace quite a bit. Let's see if he can pour it on in this last 2 minutes.
Well, as you said, with all the clinch work that he's been doing, it's not surprising. And at the end of the day, you can be well muscled and well athletic, but all that muscle needs fuel.
Kyle's starting to pour it on now. He's landed quite a good combination there, mixing it up with punches and kicks.
That's why you probably don't see some, very highly muscled fighters in the UFC, because it does actually, it takes a lot of energy to fuel. It takes a lot of, it empties your gas tank a lot quicker.
Yeah, very much. Jesse looks like he's looking for an opening. He's looking for an opening. He might have seen something that we've missed, and he's looking to land that one shot.
And Kyle's making all the plays so far. Good combination.
We've got just over a minute to go, and the clinch has come back. Jesse's instigated the clinch, and he's got his back up against the cage.
Kyle wants to disengage here, break away, and continue with the striking.
They're right in front of us here. I'd really like Kyle to do that, to back up and start landing those straight punches again like he was, and really pour it on. He's got double underhooks, which is a good position.
Last 30 seconds.
Crowd being G'd up there just for the 30-second finish. Really would like to see both these fighters disengage. I think you're right though. I think Jesse's probably a little bit tired. He's probably hanging on a little bit now.
Something big here, or a
A
takedown.
takedown attempt, which we have.
Straight into mount, and he's taking back control. He's put both hooks in, and he's got Kyle's arm isolated behind his head. 10 seconds to go, and he's got his back. He's looking for the rear naked. He's got a face crank. He's cranking the face. He's cranking.
It's going to be close. It's going to be such a close finish.
In the round 3. After 3 rounds, we head to the judges for a decision. Judge 1 scores at 29-28 to the red corner. Judge 3 scores at 30-27 to the blue corner. And Judge 2 scores at 29-29. It is a split draw.